來源就係中國人會喺秋天嘅時候處決人。第二就係、但係我哋中國人多數都唔斬頭嘅，咁斬頭咧就好難寫，係斬得好難寫。電椅嗰個過程係比較切合呢個漫長嘅痛苦，係。其次就係、開始即係首先開始嘅原因係我真係望住 gazing into the darkness， 係，咁先至諗到嘅，係，咁所以我一定要用嗌嘅。
Oh, okay. So he's talking about some Chinese customs. It's a usual practice in ancient China that autumn is the time when they get the prisoners, death row prisoners executed. But then the usual method of execution is to have them beheaded instead of sending them to the electric chair. Well, after all, it's like ancient China instead of modern China. So he finds this process of beheading kind of difficult to write about. So he changed it into electric chair. And it fits the autumnal mood of kind of slow pain, slow and painful. And then number two is that the source of why he wrote this poem is that he really gazed into the darkness and feel the silence, the almost like an abyss kind of feeling. So that's why he wrote this poem in such a way.
Yeah, I think it's very stimmig.
Suitable.
It's very round, like in the translation, because this is what I understand. But I think it's really like round, good written, and also the electric chair. It fits good to the beginning also, because you're talking of light sparks, and there's electricity in the beginning and the electricity like in the end. And I think you managed good to write about such a deep and dark subject. It's not pathetic. And it's not easy to be not pathetic in writing about things like this.
我覺得洪慧用嘅字眼全部都係好猛烈啦，例如可能會用到電流啦、光線啦、越燒越薄啦，有種即係佢一開始就好似好光，但係之後就好似突然跌入咗一種全年嘅黑暗啦，然後有好多觸感嘅，有冰冷啦，有手扣啦。有抽搐啦等等。如果其他人你哋可能讀完佢首詩，無論係個英文嘅譯詩嘅版本，或者係中文，有啲咩任何感覺，或者你哋覺得有想分享嘅地方，可以直接講出嚟，咁大家可以一齊加入討論。
What we talked about is that when we look at the poems, we can see that Hong Wai at the very beginning, he uses a lot of bright-looking words such as light and electric current, but then towards the middle of the poem, it suddenly falls into some sort of abysmal mood that represents the darkness they have in autumn.
I just want to highlight one of the sentences. In Chinese, it's 在那裏人會用電椅毀滅另一個人。And in English, that is
people would use an electric chair to destroy another human being. Yeah, that's a typo, by the way. It's used.
I think it's better in
Chinese?
I mean, because the power in Chinese is not fully translated with this. But with this,
so it's kind of dampened in English.
I mean,
How would you translate it?
I mean, destroy is okay, but just
Can you eliminate?
Just
No, not really.
just people would destroy another human, okay, would destroy another human with an electric chair. I mean here because here the center of focus is actually on destruction.
Yeah, it's a strong word. Yeah.
I mean in Chinese, and the use of electric chair as a means of destruction is actually something very how can you imagine a person to be able to be destroyed in such a mechanical manner? That's I think that's the essence here. In this, that's all I would say.
Well, as the translator of the poem from Chinese to English, I would say a few words about the process of translation. So translation is never easy, and especially literary translation. And before I translate all these poems, actually I have a little bit of struggle, because in poetry, in literature as well as poetry, syntax and how you separate things in different lines is actually very important. And the reason why I used this way to translate the poem is that I want to follow as closely as the syntax as the original source text, so that because I'm afraid that, like you said, the poetry, the poetic effect or the poetic power would be diluted or dampened after translation. But I understand your query or worry. Anyway.
咁我哋可能再讀多幾首關於秋天嘅詩。咁熒惑係某種養分。
Maybe I read it in this as well. Yeah, this is the original text. 某種氧化物，一種女質在刮着另一種，攞下降到你體內，無以為名的發聲器官，秋天在裡面像一隻手。有時關節是被迫離開的時候就飛起，看見只有靈魂的過路者把眼連接疊好，兩座山在夜晚悄悄變色。我已不想向你斟滿那隻空杯，當舊城的馬路轉向煙斗上微暖的香音。當我翻完一冊書，蝴蝶剛好完成了失眠。當我悲傷，一個住在深淵的女人像剪刀一樣快速上升，然後我們各自擁有煙槍。當受寒的身體部分開始冒出氧化的啞光。
Okay. A kind of oxide by Ariel. As a kind of aluminium scratches another, I descended to the inside of your body, to an unnameable vocal organ, where autumn is inside like a hand. Sometimes when the joints are forced to leave, they fly out and see there are only passers-by of souls folding their eyelids. Two mountains at night stealthily change their colours. I no longer want to do this for you, to fill up that antique cup when the roads in the old town turn to the slightly warm country voices on the pipes. When I finish a book, the butterfly has just finished her insomnia. When I'm sad, an abyss-dwelling woman, like scissors, quickly ascends, and then we'd own our chimneys when chilled body parts start to emit oxidized matte glaze.